Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Let's Read with Tony. We are going to look at today one of my retro magazines. This is the first time we're going to look at a PlayStation. It's a PlayStation 2 magazine. It's the UK's biggest selling independent PlayStation 2 magazine. And it is issue number 40. I don't know if you can see there. Before we go any further, I apologise for the state of my hands. They are actually getting better. If you live in the UK, you know it's been really cold, and I ride a motorbike to and from work, and it's just like a skin condition I get every winter, but I don't get in the summer, so it must be related to the cold. But it's the best my hands have looked for a couple of weeks. Sometimes I look at my hands when I'm in work and they're just blood everywhere. So I do apologise about that. So if you're not offended by the state of my hands, let's continue. The other thing as well with this magazine, my brain was telling me it's not retro because it's PlayStation. Normally I've done mainly Sega. I think I might have done one or two Nintendo magazines, so like mainly Sega Genesis or Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo magazines, you know. But then this is still retro. This is, don't know the exact month, but after having a look at it, this gave me a blood rain. 18th of April 2003. So this is a 20-year-old magazine. I got this. This isn't one of mine that I grew up with. I don't think I've kept many. None this old or older anyway. I used to collect them back in the day. This was an eBay pickup. I saw it for like a couple of pounds. It would have cost, so it's issue 40, £3.99 back in the day it would have cost. Yeah, so I thought we'll have a look. The reason what attracted me to this magazine, it's got a first screenshots of Soul Calibur 2. And I think it goes, at first I thought, it says it's better than Tekken. That's a bold claim, because Tekken could do no wrong. They were in the height of their powers with the 3D fighting games back then. This is an interesting time as well, where everything had to be 3D. If it wasn't 3D, people didn't want to know. Maybe including myself, it was just the hype was all around 3D. Platformers went from 2 to 3D, and as well the fighting games went from 2 to 3D. But the time's proven that 3D doesn't age quite as well. This John, like, okay, Soul Calibur 2 did, but maybe the earlier games, like the PlayStation 1 games, they all didn't. They haven't aged as well as like the PlayStation, as the 2D fighting games, okay? So that's what attracted me to it. I think it's comparing it to the latest Virtua Fighter. That would have been, let me think, Virtua Fighter 4, I think, would have been out around about the same time, or maybe a little bit earlier. And then what else we got? Plus Driver 3, The Hulk, Daredevil, Def Jam, Vendetta. That's a game that's getting hard to find. PlayStation 3, it's here, sort of. I might see some early screenshots of that. Easter eggs, Devil May Cry 2 solution, and more. So let's have a look, shall we? I actually had this game back in the day. I do apologise. I'm probably going to say the phrase "back in the day" quite a lot. I will try my best. My light is just there, so I apologise about the glare. But if there's anything interesting, I'll try to hold it up to the camera, you know. EA games, they could do no wrong back then. And The Sims, I couldn't get on with this game. I just couldn't understand the concept of... I know what they were trying to do. Maybe, what's it called? Animal Crossing. I've nailed it. But they were trying to create another life, a digital life, as well as your own life, you know, so you can escape. I like the idea of it, but no, I didn't like this game. I think I had this... Pretty confident it was on the Xbox as well. I had it on the Xbox. Played it for an evening, maybe 2 evenings, and traded it in. Wasn't a big fan of that. Another cool advert. Ape Escape. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I love the fact that they're all looking at him. They're all like, what's he doing? He's going the wrong way. Evolution or Revolution. Yeah, I like that. Oh, big fan of this series, Splinter Cell. Love the Xbox. One of my favourite games on the Xbox, I believe. Splinter Cell, can Sam Fisher melt Melty Gear down into a puddle of molten nothingness? It's quite harsh to compare the Splinter Cell games to the Metal Gear. Okay, they're both stealth games, but they're very different, the way they tell the story and everything. Yeah, I think that's a little bit harsh. Right, what else have we got in here then? So Splinter Cell MotoGP 3. Now, the cool thing reading this magazine, a lot of these games you can pick up from 50 pence, okay? Some of them might be a bit more collectible, but like MotoGP 3, I think that's no more than £1.50 or £2 in CX. International Superstar Soccer 3. Rayman. Oh, look, Guilty Gear X. Oh, cool. It'll be interesting to see how that does. But again, that was flying the 2D fighting game flag, you know, not 3D. So maybe that would have gone against them. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. James Cameron's Dark Angel. Oh, I think I've recently picked that up. Ben-Hur. Gosh, I didn't know there's a Ben-Hur game. Tenchu 3, I've got that. Wrath of Heaven. Wasn't a fan of it. War of the Monsters are cool. Okay. Pride FC. Let's check it out, shall we, guys? Okay, we've got another advert. Extreme Legends, Dynasty Warriors. Now, these are games I'm going to start collecting. I was talking to someone yesterday saying I'm going to start collecting. I like the fact that they've done Dynasty Warriors and they've also done Samurai Warriors. That's more my cup of tea, I think. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this type of game. And if you can see, they had pretty cool graphics as well, didn't they? Awesome. Oh, hello. Yes, so one game to brawl them all. Soul Calibur 2 takes on Virtua Fighter 4. Right. So it's Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. That was the game. It wasn't the vanilla version. It was the one they brought out. Not sure, a couple of years later or whatever. Oh, Devil May Cry 2. Oh, DVD reviews. Yeah, back then, I remember there was a lot of DVDs were the thing to collect. I was big into collecting DVDs back then. Ape Escape. Your chance to get something for next to nothing. Okay, let's continue on. I don't want to read every single article because we'll be here all effing day. Oh, advert for Splinter Cell. All right, I was honestly, before looking at this, my brain would have told me that the original Splinter Cell was an Xbox exclusive. I thought it had that only on Xbox thing on the top. Obviously not. I do know that the Xbox, they had to tone down some of the graphics and some of the things on the PlayStation 2 because it didn't quite have the power that the Xbox had. So I've never played them never even looked at them on the PlayStation 2 because the Xbox is where it was at, you know. Soul Calibur 2, again, we're not going to do too many read all them. Vex, don't think I've got that. I think I have played it. I think I went up one of my mate's houses one day and he was playing that. I think it was alright if my memory serves. Oh, look at that, David Banner. Incredible Hulk, rather. This is meant to be. I've never played it. I think it's quite a bit of a fan base for the Incredible Hulk. Hulk on the Rampage. Looks pretty cool. Didn't like that movie though. The one that came out in 2003. Or might have been a spin-off of that. I thought he looked terrible. Let's keep going. I am trying my best as well. I got my tripod set up and it's like right in front, so I'm kind of reading it through the camera. I haven't really got used to it yet, so I'm doing my best, guys. I do apologise. Sony give Peace a chance. Leading PS2 characters. Okay, let's move on. Nothing. Bite the Bullet. Oh, what was that? This was a Bulletproof Monk. I really enjoyed that film. Really funny. And this guy, Stifler, I don't know what his real name is. Sean Scott, is it? Maybe him. He was a big fan of him back then. Well, he was always Stifler, wasn't he? Feeling Horny, Daredevil. Oh, I used to enjoy all this. Elektra, Kingpin, Bullseye. Yeah, really good movie that was. Maybe he wouldn't stand up. I remember I watched that to death. Right, what else have we got? Blink and You'll Miss It. Going for a thong. Beach volleyball. Okay, let's moving on. Darkness clouds over screens. Dark Cloud 2. I think some of these games, they can tell they've stood the test of time. I think I might have both of these, but they're also available, I think, on the PlayStation Store for like a couple of quid, you know. Def Jam Vendetta. Those opened May 2003, so this must have been, I reckon, so like April, maybe March, April 2003. This magazine was printed, you know. What have they got again? What's this? It must be Mortal Kombat 5, is it? Sub-Zero. Okay, cool. Other adverts. Look at this. Right, this is it. Cool. What an awesome. Let's have a closer look at this. I really like the look of it. One game to brawl them all. I like that. How cool is that? That's a really cool poster as well, isn't it? Wow. I wonder who wins this. I would say Soul Calibur 2. I might be biased because that's the one I played to death and still play it to this day. But I think graphics, gameplay, characters, I don't know what the categories are, but my money, they probably win every round, I reckon. I haven't played I've got it in my collection, Virtua Fighter Evolution version, but I played the vanilla version, just Virtua Fighter 4. Okay, I don't know how they're gonna. Look at the graphics. Look at these screenshots. That's how good it was, mind. It was really impressive. It was something, you know. Yeah. Wow. And it wasn't janky at all. And I can confirm, it isn't a janky game. It stands Taki. She's one of my mains. Taki there. Excellent. I like all this as well. Extra artwork. Soul Calibur 1-on-1, an illustrated beginner's guide to basic combat techniques. That's cool they've added that in there, isn't it? You know, everyone's had a ring out. The amount of times I give myself a ring out. But as long as your opponent gets the ring out first, you still win the round, you know? Yes. And there's the guest character. He was on the cover. They say here, I think, Soul Calibur features a secret character. He wasn't a secret, he was on the fucking cover. So obviously, if you didn't know, this came out in the GameCube, and they had Link from The Legend of Zelda, and the Xbox version had Spawn from Spawn. The Xbox was my go-to again back in the day. I think I had that the day I bought that the day it came out. On the advice of a good friend. I never had a Dreamcast. So this series might have completely passed me by rather. But he was like, oh my god, this game, I've been waiting so long for it to come out, etc, etc. So I was like, right, you're telling me about it. I was like, yeah, I'll buy it as well. Really impressed with the presentation of this magazine. And here's Virtua Fighter. See, the graphics, yes, they do look very good, don't they? But they don't compare. They do not compare to Soul Calibur. And the gameplay's better as well on Soul Calibur. So how do they... head-to-head, the verdict. Let's have a look at this then. Alright, we won't go through the full things. Alright, so they've got a graphics, gameplay, thrills, that's an interesting one. New characters. Okay, so without going any further... Graphics, it's got to be Soul Calibur. Alright, yeah. Soul Calibur is the winner on graphics. Gameplay? No way. They're giving it to Virtua Fighter 4. Really? That's much more fun fighting with swords, isn't it? I think so anyway. Right, okay. Thrills? Soul Calibur 2. That's an interesting one. The thrills. I never heard of that being a category before. New character's got to be Soul Calibur 2. Awesome stuff because they had guest characters in there. So, that's it, is it? Winner, innovation, Virtua Fighter 4. So what's that? 3-2, is it? So overall, 5 round Soul Calibur 2 comes out on top in 3, making it the undisputed PSW heavyweight champion of the month. That said, Evolution is still very much the game to keep an eye on. A highly technical beat 'em up you're after. Okay, great. I'm glad they didn't do my boy Soul Calibur like that. Excellent. Maybe I disagree with some of them, but again, I'm biased because I played that game to death and back. Interesting. They got PlayStation. Oh, it's from their makers. Like they got an Xbox advert, so there was still the console wars was still kind of going on. There wasn't that many people that had both. I was lucky enough to have all three actually. I had the GameCube as well. But my Xbox was my main console. That's why I looked at it anyway. Issue 1 on sale. It must have just been coming out then. Oh, that's cool. What we got? Resident Evil. Need to get into them. Dead Aim. Never heard of it. I tried to play one of those games. It was on PlayStation on the monthly thing, free. And that one for me at all. Enter the Matrix. Looks really good. I think I've got this game in the collection. Again, these games, it's really cool. You can read this magazine. You can go to CX and pick the games up. The majority of them for easily under £5. You can probably pick up 3, 4, maybe 5 games. Maybe more for £5. Some of the games are 50p now, you know. Die Hard Vendetta. I've got my eye on this. It's a game you don't see very often. Not on the PlayStation 2 anyway. No idea how expensive it is, but just for the nostalgia, everybody loves Die Hard, the movies, don't they? Oh my god, what's this all about? The Ultimate Broadband. Why has he got such a long tongue? Talk as you play. Oh, wow. Oh, look at the game. One of my favourite games of all time. Capcom vs SNK2, baby. Oh, brilliant. Mech Assault, I've got that. I think I've got Ghost Recon. I think I've got that. I think that's on the PlayStation as well. Oh, yes. This is... I don't know, I ever remember seeing... I don't even want to touch it. It's quite a... heavy. Alright, moving on. NBA Street Volume 2. Oh, look at that. This looks really good. I have to keep an eye out for this. My boy Jordan there. Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman were my guys, you know. Yeah, I'm quite... that's a preview. X-Men Wolverine's Revenge. This is meant to be an alright game, isn't it? I have to keep an eye out for this as well. Again, just a preview. IndyCar series. Oh wow, look at those graphics. Is that PS3, is it? That can't be PS2. They were saying about the PlayStation 3. Wow, that's amazing if it looks like that. Wow, very impressed. What else have we got? Preview updates. So Tomb Raider. I wasn't really into Tomb Raider back then. I've got 1 or 2 games in my collection. I might actually have this one in the collection. But it wasn't for me back then. But I do really enjoy the newer trilogy. Really excellent games. Driver 3. A good looking game. So what's this then? PlayStation 3 for all. Well, what's this then? Look at this. Concept. Analog shoulder buttons. What? Oh wow, look at that. So they reckoned you could... It would go wider, like expand. Wow. That obviously never happened. Isn't it interesting though? I think the PlayStation, obviously this is PlayStation 3 concept art, or maybe someone in for Sony was taking the piss out of them, didn't like them or something, but they perfected, the PlayStation 5's the perfect control pad in my opinion. Interesting. It must have been very early days then for the PS3. Okay, cool. Interesting. Yeah, this game's good. Mech Assault is and I got 1 and number 2. 2's a lot better, mind. But yeah, good fun games they are. They control okay. Right, so what have we got? Let's have a look again. Splinter Cell. These are reviews now. MotoGP, Rayman, Guilty Gear X, Def Jam Vendetta, Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis. Yeah, let's have a look then. Let's have a look. Still looks okay though, doesn't it? It obviously didn't compare to the Xbox version. I loved this game back then. I'd never played anything like it. Thought it was amazing. That was 6 pages, 8 out of 10. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'd say. Really good visuals. Still for the this is on the PS2 at the end of the day. Very hard game, but it's very satisfying. You've got to learn. It's stealth, so it's a slow game. Like if you're expecting like a first person Call of Duty kind of pace game, you're not gonna get very far in this game. Trust me. MotoGP 3. I wish they showed the cover, so I know I got it. Is that Max Biaggi? I used to be I am a big MotoGP fan. That's Valentino Rossi. In case you didn't know, I got a tattoo of Valentino Rossi. This is his NSR 500. So before he had the Repsol Honda. Those are the days though. Nobody could beat him on his Repsol Honda. Well, apart from Nicky Hayden. Okay, moving on. RIP Nicky Hayden. ISS 3. 7. How did it do? 8 out of 10. Again, these graphics are very impressive, aren't they? Gosh, it's a funny advert for Primal. You think, what's this? It's like someone's book in school, you know, and it's for a game. I always say it, show screenshots. If you're proud of your game, a couple of screenshots, you know, to entice people in. That, to me, would never entice me in. Not just an ordinary girl. Okay, cool. Show me some gameplay. Rayman 3, 8 out of 10. I think I've got 1 or 2 Rayman games. I got it for the Sega Saturn, and it was very easy, but I'm told it gets very hard very quick. I think the first couple of stages is kind of like a tutorial, I suppose, but then it gets really, really hard. Oh, here we go. Guilty Gear Xrd to what? 6 out of 10? What? Wow. Oh, it looks stunning though, doesn't it? Look at those graphics. I'm really impressed with these graphics. What have they got? Verdict. It's great at what it does. We just don't like it that much. Wow. Fighting games have moved on a great deal since the 2D heyday, which leaves Guilty Gear X2 struggling to compete. Wow, little did they know we go back to 2D. And 2D games are the future. Yet again. Wow. Innocent cartoon wonderland or vaguely paedophilic bloodfest. Those wacky Japanese fighters, eh? Oh my god. You can tell a fighting game fan didn't review this. Wow. 6 out of 10. Again, that's just my opinion. I'd say it's much better than a 6 out of 10. Oh, here you go. They probably bummed this now because this was 3D, wasn't it? But I do like the look of it. I didn't back in the day, but I've watched a couple of YouTubers play it, and I've had conversations on live streams with people on YouTube about it, and they say it's pretty good. I think it's a little bit collectible now. I've never seen it. Might be exaggerating. I've never noticed it, I want to say, in the wild. Excuse me. 9 out of 10. Wow. But they're real rappers or whatever, aren't they? Thinking they're all hard men fighting. 9 out of 10. Yeah, I do like the look of it though. I don't know how it would, if the gameplay would hold up. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, 6 out of 10. Doesn't look that good, does it? If you think like that, compare those kind of graphics, or to me, Guilty Gear graphics, amazing, to that. I'm not that impressed with these screenshots anyway. I don't think that's my cup of tea anyway, but hey ho. Alright, you can tell the small, look at this now. So they've gone like Splinter Cell had 6-page review. Now you've got them all crammed on one. Ben-Hur, Blood of Braves, never heard of it. 4 out of 10. Oh, this is that Dark Angel. I think I got a feeling I might have had this. Picked up recently as well, if it's the right game. 5 out of 10. Jeesh. Oh, this is that Vex. We saw an advert for that. It looks familiar. 6 out of 10. They hadn't quite perfected the 3D platformers back then, had they? Potential Wrath of Heaven. God, it looks good, the screenshots here. Might have to go back to it. I remember it was quite hard, you know. So I was like, nah, next. 8 out of 10. Wow. Yeah, I do like the look of this. Maybe, again, reading these magazines, I got it on my collection. I've got most of these games in the collection. It's a nice feeling to know I can just go, boom, pick it up, put it in my PlayStation, and off to go, like. Off we go, rather. War of the Monsters. Not played this. It looks really good, though. I've obviously heard of it. Yeah, like a look at that. All the kaijus. First on that. Pride FC. I don't know what that is. Sly Raccoon. Oh, it's a stealth game now, isn't it? Never played it. I've seen a couple of YouTubers I follow done live streams of it, but it's meant to be pretty good. Okay, what else have we got? Don't miss out. Other advertising magazines. Oh, then tips and stuff. Devil May Cry. Okay, whatever. This is Devil May Cry 2, isn't it? That's considered. I like it, I do. Considered the weakest in the franchise, or one of the weaker ones. It's good to know, though, that it's got a really good walkthrough, actually, isn't it? Fair play. Things to do in Vice City before you're dead. Okay, cool. Wasn't really my cup of tea, the Grand Theft Auto back then. I all had these phone numbers. God knows how much they would be to phone up. I never had the guts to phone up. These helplines or whatever. But I always fancied working in one though. Maybe I pictured young Tony. Thought, one day I might get a job. Just talking about video games all day. Obviously we didn't know what YouTube was then, did we? Mini tips. Okay. Well, it was such a great console, wasn't it, the PS2? Let's be honest. Okay, closing in now. Is that Maradona, is it? For Evo Soccer. Browser. What's this? That Vin Diesel guy. Oh, it's the movies. Oh, Triple X or XXX. I don't know how you pronounce it. Oh, so basically doing mini reviews of. Started 5 out of 5. Signs. I enjoyed that film. I did. I really enjoyed that. Swim fan. Have you heard of it? How did that do? 4 out of 5. Great. It's funny they've gone from when they're doing the video games, they do it out to 10, and then they've gone out to 5 stars, like marks out to 5 for the movies. Strange. Road to Redemption. I don't think I've actually watched that film all the way through. Exciting, isn't it? Ooh, does anyone want an ice cream? God, it's cold. We have an ice cream. I do. I have ice cream every week anyway. Not from the ice cream van, no. Oh, look at this technology. Look at that phone. Oh my gosh. Little did we know, people stop buying digital cameras. I never forget, I went to a conference with Curry's, and this man stood up. I was years ago, it would have been kind of around about this time. 2002, yeah, probably was 2002, 2003. And he said some massive claim like, within the next 10 years, 80% of photographs taken in the world will be on a mobile phone. We were like, what is he talking about? And yeah, most people, like I do my YouTube video on my mobile phone. It's crazy how accurate this guy was, like, you know. But everyone was like, what's he talking about, kind of thing. Because cameras was a big deal. If you remember the old school Curry's stores, it was actually Dixon's was a camera shop. Anyway, we're not going to talk about the history of Curry's and Dixon's. But yeah, that takes me right back. That's quite a trendy looking phone though, isn't it? Wow, I bet that cost a fortune. Right, anyway, moving on. Right, so April. Yeah, this probably was March, April time when this came out. So these are all the new games coming out. Don't know why. Xenosaga. That's a game I'd like to have in the collection. Don't know why they are yellow. I have no idea. Interesting. PlayStation 2 top 10. Gosh, number 1 was The Sims. What's selling? Alright, so it's not on scores. So yeah, Sims is number 1. Vice City number 2. The Getaway. Now I haven't played it a lot, but I remember I used to got my friend Chris. Shout out Chris Richards. He used to play it and he used to just enjoy watching him play, you know. FIFA 2003, Lords of the Rings, The Two Towers, James Bond 007, Nightfire, SmackDown, Pro Evo Soccer 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, and Red Faction number 10. Cool. Really good. Group test. Okay, cool. Okay, moving on. What else have we got? Oh, some much adverts and stuff like that. Oh, what's this? Essential 50. Let's have a look at this then. Oh, that's good. It tells you what it had out of 10. Oh, Dead or Alive had 9 out of 10. What else stands out? I could never get on with these. Oh, sorry, you can't see. I'm old enough so I can see. Yeah, so Time Splitters 2. I had that. Everyone's like, oh, if you liked Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, you love this game. Couldn't get on with it at all. Oh, awesome game, Hitman 2. Awesome game, Dead or Alive 2. Yeah, so these Resident Evil games, I need to get into them, man. I really do. Half-Life, 8 out of 10. I've got this. This is a cheap game now. Wipeout Fusion. That's like £1. Nishima 2, 8 out of 10. How did that review? 8 out of 10 as well. Lord of the Rings, Metal Gear Solid. Nah, that's another one I want to get into. Red Faction, good game. 9 out of 10. Wow. That Primal. 9 out of 10. I loved that. Medal of Honor. 10 out of 10. Maximo, need to play that game. I got, I think it's 2 of them, isn't there? A 9 out of 10. It's meant to be the kind of like a Ghouls and Ghosts kind of game, but in a 3D world. Final Fantasy 10. 9 out of 10. Virtua Fighter 4. That's the one I grew up with. 9 out of 10. Tekken 4. Wow. 9 out of 10. Silent Hill. We saw that yesterday. This video has been filmed on Sunday. I'm probably going to post it tomorrow, Monday night. So I hope you all had a good Monday. Devil May Cry, 10 out of 10. Wow, awesome. What else stands out? Oh, Deus Ex, 9 out of 10. Oh, so many good games on this console, mind, isn't there? Witness the most destructive PS2 game ever. Wow. And I think that's all cheats. Phone number thing. There we are. So I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me for a read through of PlayStation Weekly Issue 40. I'm running out. I've actually grabbed a couple of my Sega magazines and thought, I'll do this one. And I had to check, and I've done every single one of my Sega and Nintendo. I think I'm out of retro magazines. Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to continue this series? Because I do enjoy reading through these magazines with my YouTube audience. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please remember or consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to duke in that like button. As always, love you. Bye.